things are never going to be the same, obviously, but I think the most important thing that we do is to come with a clear mind and open to learning, open to getting better. Um, every year is different, you know. Obviously, we have a lot of returning guys and stuff like that, so that may be the same, but things are different, and it's all about how you adapt and how you adjust. And learning on the fly it's going to be good for us. It's going to keep us fresh.
Did it feel any different for you? Maybe not bringing up the ball as much, or playing off the ball a little bit more. Was that? Did you feel that, or was it the same?
I mean, it's kind of the same, a little bit different. Um, at the end of the day, we're going to get into actions no matter who has it, and then we're gonna be aggressive. And so it's all about finding the right thing to do at the right time and reading each other and making plays. So um, regardless of who's bringing it up, everyone's still a threat to be aggressive.
Jalen, sorry if anybody already asked this, but the 11-man rotation that Mike played, just how much of a difference does that make when you're not asked to play so many minutes? You can rely on more guys on you than you
Yeah, I mean it's different, but at the same time, I mean I averaged 35 minutes last year. I played 34, 23. So I mean we're gonna harp on this idea of the minutes stuff like that, but regardless, we have a lot of players on this team that can make plays and play well. And I think the best thing about it is going out there and doing it when your number's called and being ready. And so from that standpoint, you know, guys are going to be ready, guys are going to be ready to go, and us as teammates got to give each other confidence regardless of who's in there.
Jalen, your first look at the game is a catch and shoot in the corner. I don't know how often you guys got those kind of looks for you last season. It seemed like you were playing off the catching off a lot tonight. What's your comfort level with doing that, and do you feel like that's something that you're going to need to get more comfortable with?
Yeah, I'm very comfortable shooting the ball regardless of however I shoot the ball. So um, I mean, I wasn't comfortable tonight, 5 for 18, but I mean, I have a comfort level that I'm very confident with.
A lot of people obviously see these two teams maybe as the last two teams standing in the East. In that context, was it important to beat Cleveland tonight?
No matter who's the game we're playing, I mean, it's important to win. You're fighting to win. This is game one, and it's not on us to speculate what's going to happen down the road. We're just focused on game two now.
Jalen, I apologize for the assets, but you guys picked up close to 94 feet most tonight. There's been kind of a trend with that in the NBA. Just out of curiosity, as somebody who goes up against it often and obviously helped do it today, what's it like? What's the benefit? What is kind of some of the struggles with it? Just going up against it for a whole game.
I think it sets a tone. I think it's a way to obviously kill a little clock defensively. For the most part, it's you see a team up there, you know, playing some defense, turn the guy once or twice. You know, you see him getting after it, and it kind of gives everyone else juice. And so it's great to see that, and I think everyone feeds off that type of energy.
Mike said he got a hug from Spike Lee tonight. Did you get that your first Knicks game?
A hug from Spike Lee?
Yeah.
No, I did not get that. No, but Spike got my mom a nice one of those Brunson puff jackets, so yeah, we're even.
Jalen, you've played alongside Deuce for years now. What have you noticed with regard to like what's different? You know, he's always brought like the bulldog point of attack defense, but offensively it seems like maybe recency bias was a good night tonight for him. But how's he grown in your time playing with him?
Yeah, I think the best thing about him is when he wasn't playing that much, he was still in the gym every day. He was doing everything he had to do, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, once a trade happened, he got an extension and he started playing. It was like he fit right in because he was ready. He was working. He was ready. So that's a testament to him and what he's been about since I've seen him. You know, he's a hard worker, and he's always going to be ready when his number's called. And if it's an off night, he comes back better the next night. That's just who he is.
Is there something on offense, whether it's like creating in a pinch or making reads quicker, that you've noticed him improve at specifically?
I think that the best thing I've noticed about him is that his confidence is growing and growing, regardless of what the situation is. never that hesitant. You know, he's going to attack something, and if he messes up, he messes up. If he's going to come back and be aggressive the next time too. So it doesn't lack confidence in that aspect, which is great because you want to have short-term memory as a player, positive or negative.
Jalen, I felt like earlier in the training camp there was some uncertainty as to how the changes that Mike Brown was bringing would impact the team and how you guys perform. Now that you guys have all the preseason games under your belt and now regular season game in, just how do you think that everything Mike Brown's trying to do is going to impact the way you guys play and with the single pieces?
We have a long way to go. We have a lot to learn, a lot to get better at, a lot of details to pay attention to, and let's just say I'm happy it's game one.
And he did a heck of a job, but he had 6 or 7 deflections. Excuse me, I think he had came up with 2 50-50 balls. And so just a heck of a job, especially defensively and rebounding-wise from OG. And same with Cat, 19 and 11. You know, we needed every single one of those rebounds that those guys got. And then, you know, you talk about a punch off the bench. We had a lot of good performances from guys off the bench, but obviously Deuce was good for us, not only defensively but offensively too. So, you know, good first win, and knowing that we got a lot of room to grow.
Coach, you played 11 guys deep tonight. What did you learn from some of the combinations? You had Tyler got some good minutes to start the second quarter. You had a stretch there where you had Clarkson. You had OG playing the big and a bunch of smalls around. So what did you see and learn from your combination?
You know, I said this before. I truly believe this team is a deep team, and you know, you give Leon Rose and his group a lot of credit for it. You know, it's my job to keep trying to find combinations out on the floor that work, and just like they got a lot of room to grow, I got a lot of room to grow too, because I'm still learning them. And you know, the neat part about it is there are a lot of different ways I can go with it, and I can learn on the fly because we have guys that can play. And you know, I'd like to play a lot of guys. I don't know if I'll play 11 guys every night, but we'd like to play, you know, as many as we can, and we want everybody to be ready in case their number's called at any time.
Mike, you talked a lot throughout the preseason about the process of generating your guys' looks, and
Yeah.
it felt like tonight you guys generated a lot of good looks, just some of them didn't fall.
Yeah.
How encouraging was it, though, that even when shots weren't falling throughout the game, that your guys kind of stuck with it and didn't let it bleed into defense or any other aspects of the game?
It was huge because, you know, when shots don't fall or you get a little stagnant, which is what happened to us at certain times, we kind of took our foot off the gas. We want to play fast all the time, just put pressure on them. And we took our foot off the gas, started walking the ball up, started walking into our actions, and allowed Cleveland to sit in the passing lanes and zone up and do some other things. And so for us, you know, once we got over that hurdle, we realized, hey, we got to keep playing, trying to play the way we play. We were good. We had 21 sprays. We want to get to at least 20 a game where, you know, we touch that paint, because anytime you touch the paint, good teams, they have to do this. They got to protect the paint. But now those wide open shots happen, and I think we can even generate more. I think we could generate 25 to 27 a game because we have that many players, in my opinion, that are capable of shooting the ball, snap, driving, and touching the paint, and moving it on when they need to off of 2 feet.
What was this first experience like for you at the Garden? When are your first game here as Knicks coach?
You know, it's exciting. Again, I go back to this place is iconic, and you know, just to know that you know, this is our home court every night. Man, it blows my mind. You know, Spike Lee came over and gave me a hug before the game. I was like, Spike, do you know who I am?
Coach, who had the biggest smile? Your mom or your sister tonight since they were there?
Probably my sister, and I love my mom to death, but she was probably talking to her neighbor, so she probably wasn't smiling. She was just having a good conversation.
Mike, I want to ask you separately about Kolek and then about
Yeah.
Gordy. Just two guys.
Who was the second?
Gordy.
Okay.
Just two guys who had increased roles tonight. Just what did you see from them? What do you kind of think about that moving forward?
You know, I thought both guys came in and tried to do what they're capable of doing. You know, we don't need anybody to come in and play hero ball or anything like that. Play to your strengths. And both those guys, they could do some things out on the floor. Obviously, for Ariel, He's a great runner. He's got great feet. He can rebound. You know, he can play the pick and roll very well. Brings energy. And Tyler, he's savvy with the basketball. You know, he can get in the paint, make plays for himself, make plays for others. You know, he's got to stick his nose in defensively, which he did tonight. And, you know, if both guys stay within the framework of what they're capable of doing, they can give us great minutes throughout the course of the year.
Does Mario have more his like short roll game that we've kind of seen? Like he made that pass to Cal, like short roll. Like does he have more decision making ability in those situations?
For sure, yeah, because he's so athletic. They have to pull. First of all, if you got Jalen coming off a pick and roll, even as you see Tyler coming off a pick and roll, the big's got to put his body in front of the ball. It's just good basketball. And if you don't pull that weak guy in, it's going to be a dunk. And, you know, it was great to see Ariel play off of 2 feet and make that pass. He's more than capable, but in the same breath, he's more than capable of finishing over a small guy if he gets in his way. And I'm not quite sure if he can do it all the time. He's got this, like, little runner floater thing, and I'm not quite sure. But it's gone in whenever he shot it, so I'm going to keep letting him shoot it.
Mike, what does that say about your team to beat a team as good as the Cavaliers without 2 of your key players in Hart and Robinson?
You know, I said it before. I think the group is deep, and they have all the attributes that I talked about earlier that are our standard. You know, and because of that, it doesn't matter who's in front of us. We're going to have an opportunity to win the game if we play within ourselves and we do those things, and that's what we did tonight.
A couple more guys.
Mike Donovan Mitchell had 21 in the third.
Yeah.
Finished over 5 with 2 turnovers. Was there an adjustment there? What did you see that helped slow him down in that way?
You know what? He's a great player, and you know we knew he was going to shake loose sooner or later. We didn't think it was going to be like that, but we just kept trying to throw a lot of different bodies at him, and you know there was really not many different adjustments that we made on him. We just kept playing our game and try to throw different bodies at him so that he had to continue to work against a fresh body or a different type of player, and then you know not one person's going to stop him. So as you know, as the quarter went along and into the fourth quarter, we were more conscious of being in our shifts to make it, you know, a little more difficult for him to see daylight. At the end of the day, you know, he had 31, which again, he's a phenomenal player. He's a great player. But if he's going to get 31, you hope it's on 25, 26, 27 shots. And, you know, that's what our guys tried to make him do. He missed some, but, you know, our team defense was pretty good as well.
Mike, a lot has obviously been made about.
I'm sorry, say.
Yeah, a lot has been made obviously about the immense expectations for this team. Did you? I know it's only open tonight. Did you feel the weight of that, the magnitude of that during the game on the sideline?
The weight of what?
Of
what?
the expectations for this team going into the season were pretty big. Did you feel that, the burden of that?
No. I mean, because our expectations are extremely high, but we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. It's whether we won or lost. It's one game, and we feel like as the season goes along, we're going to get better. We won the game, and we had some good moments, but we don't feel like we're anywhere near what we're capable of, and that's what makes it exciting. So, you know, everybody has expectations. I don't know if their expectations are any higher than everybody in that locker room, so we're good with that. We embrace that. Thank you, guys.